great for rising. I'm not advocating violence. You know, this video is about MARJAY Dotson and Jeremy HERRED. MARJAY Dotson and Jeremy HERRED. I want to know, are they homies? Are Jeremy HERRED and MARJAY Dotson, are they homies? I'm going to be reading from ABC7Chicago.com. This is a website of a Channel 7 eyewitness news station. Chicago shooting. Lifeguard resigns after deadly Douglas Park shooting caught on video. Chicago Park District says. I want y'all to keep this in mind. Let that Chicago stick with you, okay? It's going to come back in a minute. You'll see why. Chicago WLS, the Chicago Park District said it has launched an investigation after a lifeguard was charged with shooting 2 teenagers, one fatally, at Douglas Park in an incident last week. The lifeguard, 55-year-old Charles Leto, has resigned in lieu of termination after being placed on unpaid emergency suspension, the Park District said. And then, of course, the people come out and say our hearts are broken by the tragic and inexcusable killing of 15-year-old MARJAY Dotson and the shooting of 14-year-old Jeremy HERRED by former Park District lifeguard Charles Leto. Now, keep in mind, this is Chicago. It says, we are keeping Jeremy and his family in our prayers. This horrific act of violence has shaken us all, and we are committed to doing everything in our power to ensure that nothing like this ever happens again, the Park District said in a statement. This is Chicago. It says this comes as community members gather to demand changes at Douglas Park on Tuesday evening. And listen to this. We're not accepting the fact that our young people's blood can be spilled on the ground of a place that they're supposed to be safe at, said Reverend Marvin Hunter, a great-great-uncle of one of the victims. A petition for accountability, investment, and safety in the public park also asked for an apology following the deadly shooting which happened on Thursday. Now you hear that? They're asking for what is it with Negroes, black people, and these apologies? Apologize for what? This man did what he wanted to do. What do you want an apology for? Leto allegedly shot 15-year-old MARJAY Dotson to death and injured Laquan McDonald's 14-year-old cousin, Jeremy HERRED, who remains in the hospital fighting for his life, his family says. This is in Chicago. Everybody deserves to live, but we do not deserve to die by someone who is supposed to keep our kids safe, said 24th Ward Alderman Monique Scott. Now, they said, we are devastated. This isn't nobody we can bring back. Ain't no money going to bring my brother back. McClellan said, I'm devastated. I'm speechless right now. I don't even sleep well. I can't eat. This is Chicago, people. The video, they had a video. The video shows the teens walking to Leto and his bag. Leto is then seen getting up and pointing a gun at one of the teens. There's no sign in the footage, said ABC7 froze. And ABC7 froze the video before the gunfire begins. Leto, he's a Marine veteran, alleged that the teens were trying to steal his bike. He said he was defending himself against the unarmed teenagers. Prosecutors say the surveillance video contradicts Leto's claim of self-defense, but Leto's attorney, Jane Eagles, commented while leaving court on Tuesday. Look, people, this self-defense, this has worked ever since we've been over here. So this is why, because you may be wondering why these people claim self-defense when the person is running away, their back to them or anything. That's because it has worked. So but what I want to get to now is this. This is the question I want to ask. And I'm not advocating violence, but are MARJAY Dotson and Jeremy HERRED, are they homies? This is Chicago. And the reason I keep pointing that out is because we know what we hear about Chicago. How so many black men are killing other black men because they diss their homies. They don't have to shoot the homie. They don't have to put their hands on the homie. They can walk past the homie and maybe brush against them by mistake or whatever. But in Chicago, every day, our young black men are being killed by other young black men because somebody dissed their homies. I'm not advocating violence. So are these two brothers now? Are they homies? Are you just homies when a black person kill you? Or transgression? But you're not a homie if it's a non-black? Because now if you notice, this is Chicago we're talking about. But this applies all over America and perhaps outside of America. As long as it's a black person who, what we call the homie, that black person get dealt with swiftly. Shot, killed, beat up. How is it that whenever a non-black kills a black person, all of a sudden the person who got killed is not a homie? Where are all these gangs? I'm not advocating violence, but where are all these gang members? I just want to show you and point out how, as long as you're not black, you can do anything you want to do to a black person, and you can continue to suck air. But let me, I'm an old woman. But see, if I went out right now here, Macon, Bibb County, Georgia, and they just thought I said something to a black boy, suddenly that black boy becomes a homie. Even if he wasn't a homie before, suddenly he becomes a homie, and I would get attacked, possibly killed. So how is it that Lito and all these other people are still sucking air? I'm not advocating violence, people. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to create a dialogue. Some of you gang members out there, whatever, you still call them gang members, however you call yourself, I'd like to create a dialogue with you. Talk to me and help me to understand, what is a homie? When are you not a homie? What happens to make you a homie, or what happens to make you not a homie? Now this Charles Lito guy, in 2023, he had been involved in another shooting, but this time it was two dogs. He killed one and wounded the other, just like with these two brothers. He killed one and wounded the other. So how is it that he was even allowed to be in that park? I mean, not just in the park, in an authoritative position in the park. In Chicago. This is Chicago, people. This is Chicago. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? This is Chicago, where, according to some, is where the most killing of young men killing other young men takes place. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that. That's the allegation. So what makes a homie? Are MARJAY DOTSON and Jeremy HERRED, are they homies? What about the little girl that the white lady made eat out the trash can? Was she a homie? What makes a homie? I will send out my condolences to MARJAY DOTSON family. My condolences to you all. And for Jeremy HERRED family, I'm sending out well wishes, positive energy, and prayers that he makes a recovery. But I leave you with this. What is a homie? Black man, you killed off any black youth or black person who you say this your homie, but you let anybody else this your homie and keep living. Why did you do it? I'm not advocating violence. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Support our youth in any way you can. Keep on churning till the butter comes. Albert C. Richardson, a black man, patent the butter churn U.S. patent number 446470, February 17th, 1891. I'm LilyBell. I'm just trying to create a dialogue. I leave you with this. If they close my book, you remember my story. A Nat Turner Runner production. Lock and load. LilyBell. Be encouraged.